welcome to another episode of the Lexx Education.
Forgot, did you, mate?
Well, I've been filming the Comedy Bureau for 2 days. It's Lexx Ed, though, this one.
This is Lexx Ed. I've been listening to a lot of Years and Years recently as well, so...
Oh, weird.
I was expecting you to ask me what day the year started on and for me to be Will Duggan for a second.
Oh, we're all over the place. We don't even know what franchise this is. This is what's the problem with having an empire of crap.
You don't... yeah, well, hopefully, and there's no reason to think it wouldn't... Comedy Bureau and Lexx Education are concurrent, but currently you have a dynasty because you did sort of National Treasures and then Years and Years kind of took over from it for a bit.
Yeah.
And then Lexx Education.
I loved Years and Years. I do miss Double Doug's. He's about to move away from Brighton. Maybe I should restart the podcast with him because he's leaving.
Where's he off to?
They're moving to the Midlands. I'll have to check with him that I'm allowed to say this on a podcast, but yeah, they're off to the Midlands.
Back to Kettering?
No, I think Coventry, but I'm not sure. I don't want to dox him.
Fair.
Anyway, welcome to Lexx Education. It's the comedy science podcast where comedian me, Laura Lexx, tries to learn science from her nerdy, normal younger brother, Ron.
And that's me. I'm that guy.
Hi, Ron.
Hello, Coceo.
Hello, Coceo.
Yes, I want to continue... Obviously, since we recorded the Coceo episode where we became very professional, we spent an hour together doing episode 2 of Pod Michael Murray, which isn't particularly professional.
Which listeners will have heard now. If you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out, chuffs. Our in-depth podcast about a Cinderella story that ended up being the same length as the film A Cinderella Story is out now on Patreon, and you can listen to it for just £3 a month, actually.
Yeah.
You'll want to listen to it monthly.
Listen to that, and then go away again if you want to.
Yeah.
You won't want to, because the back catalogue, frankly, on the Patreon, far superior to what's out on main, I reckon.
It's lovely. It's just relaxed, isn't it? And there's none of that pesky science getting in the way.
No, there's so many fewer fights.
We just get on and have a nice
rarely in
time.
a bad mood. Yeah.
Yeah. We never text each other with sad faces about the Patreon feed. It's only ever the main feed that gets that treatment.
Yeah, I guess that's what most podcasts are like. Both people want to be there doing the...
Yeah. Well, you see, so I've spent 2 days filming the Comedy Bureau.
How often do you and Ollie text each other sad faces?
Not
about
often.
Your content?
The thing about me and Ollie is, though, that we've got Coceo energy, Ron, because we don't really WhatsApp. It's all emails, buddy.
Oh, wow.
It's formal. We're business partners.
Would you describe him as a mate?
Yeah, because we had 2 days of filming, he stayed over last night, so we had dinner and hung out and chatted, and it was really nice. Yeah, but
Were
it's a
you
bit
yourself
obviously
around him?
I haven't known him since the day he was born, like I have you.
Well, yeah, I didn't ask if he was a brother. That would be frankly too much.
That would be weird. Imagine if I discovered I had a second brother and started a rival podcast with him.
And your brother was also your uni professor. That'd be,
It'd be weird, yeah. No, but in that podcast, yeah, we're both fascinated by the subject. Where I think it would be like if you were doing a biology podcast with an old biology professor.
Yeah, me and Liz Parfitt were doing.
Yeah, but I think in the physics, not even you want to be here.
I've got to be honest, more and more any other science, why are we doing it?
No. But we've turned it around now. We've turned it around.
Yes, well, because obviously when you do a job like a Coceo does, you just do the job. It doesn't matter if you want to be there.
Yeah.
You
want the results. You don't want to... Nobody wants to do the work, buddy. But what you want is the results. And actually, do you know what?
No, that's not grindset. That's grindset is you want it. You're showing up at 3 a.m. to just fucking do the work, and eventually someone's gonna notice.
But why?
Because work, I think it's Is it the Puritans where it's all like work improves the soul? I think it's a lot of that.
Oh.
I think.
I don't mind working hard when I feel like it's efficient. Like with this filming of Bureau, I've been doing a lot of
Oh,
technical
it's just
stuff.
Bureau now, is it? It's got a shortening.
Yeah, Lexx, Bureau, I'm doing a lot of technical stuff that I feel like
Combier.
it's wasting everyone's time that I'm doing this bit.
Yeah.
Because it's such an inefficient, like if you think of the exchange rate, like of what I can earn from doing comedy, and I can like get someone to do about 9 hours worth of tech stuff for a gig, whereas
Yeah.
it will take me 30 hours of my own time. It's an inefficient exchange rate, I think.
So to transfer that to this podcast, are you saying that you should teach me science because that would be a lot quicker?
No, but I am saying getting back into this podcast after having been doing Comedy Bureau feels like getting into a lovely cozy bath. Like the bath water's a bit stanky, but I'm so comfy here. It's nothing's about to beep at me. No one's talking to me about whether or not it's 48,000 kilohertz per second, how the frame rate is going to sync to the audio.
You're
I'm
still going through that? You were going through that
Yeah.
when I was at your house like over a week ago.
And then we filmed a day and a half, and then the editor said it might not work, any of the stuff we filmed. So it's been a despairful afternoon. I think the footage is going to be okay. And then I've had a horrible thing this afternoon, Ron, where we stopped filming and we had to stop a bit early because the technical stuff was just a pain in the butt. And then I did some work, and then I walked the dogs, and then I had some lunch and did some more work. And then I was...
You started this way too early.
I was...
About the terrible
It's
thing.
important, Ron! And then I was talking to Child of the podcast about her morning at Drusilla's, seeing the animals. And then I looked down, and my ring is gone.
Oh, no, that's like... Oh, but not your wedding ring.
Not my wedding ring, but my eternity ring. And that's why you listed everything I've been doing, Ron, was I was like, all I've done is sit there and obviously take the dogs for a walk. But, like, trust me, my fingers are not the type of fingers that rings slide off. You have to lard these sausages up. I'm the King Charles of Bevendine. So
did any sort of roguish gents kiss your hand, perhaps?
I don't think so. Like, not that I remember. Have you ever seen Tom Lawrenson's sketch about people
with the
crossing
guys.
the road? Yeah,
That's really
I love that
funny.
sketch so much. But yeah, and now I just can't find it, and I've retraced all my steps. I even looked in because I had half a can of soup for lunch, so I checked the other half of the can of soup in the fridge to see if I'd put it in the soup. I checked the Parmesan bag. I just don't know what I've done with it.
Yeah. How grippy was it?
Like, the thing is, pretty grippy. Like, it's not falling off my fingers. And also, I retraced the dog walk just like, I don't know if I definitely have seen it, but I thought, like, I've got to try. So I retraced my dog walk. And then in my idle moments, I was like, I'm holding the lead in this hand.
That's what I was going to say. When you're walking a dog, your hands aren't really that idle. You're either holding the lead with the dog on it, or you're just holding the lead. Or, there's a bag of poo or something.
Yeah, and in order for me to play with that ring and get it off, it takes both hands. Like, I have to work it up off of that thing to play with it. Whereas I definitely, because I had both dogs, they were both off the lead, so I was holding both their leads loose, and I tend to hold them in my right hand, so I don't think it can have fallen off. So now I'm just baffled as to when I've just completely thoughtlessly, and I don't mean that like in a derogatory way about myself, but literally... muscle memory, I've thoughtlessly taken it off without consciously realising I've done it. And where
did you do anything today,
bastard I've put it?
Like, doing the washing up, but with Marmite or something, that you'd think, oh, I wouldn't want to get my rings all up in this?
I did do the washing up, but I did that before filming, and I've checked the tapes of the filming we did, and I've got my ring on in that filming.
Wow.
So, it's not been my best day, Ron.
No.
It's been a
I've never
really
worn
bad
a ring,
week,
so...
to be honest.
Oh, no.
I had one of the worst experiences on stage I've had in a really long time at the weekend.
what happened?
A guy, I was doing a gig, and it was already quite a hard work gig. And this isn't a funny story, particularly, by the way. So trigger warning. This has got themes of sexual assault. I was not sexually assaulted physically, but just to skip a bit if that will trigger you. But I was doing a gig, and it was quite hard work, and there was a couple in the front row, and this young guy leaned forward, like right up, so his arm was maybe 50 centimeters away from me, and like level with my torso, and just mimed fingering me for ages. And at first I like tried to like joke it off and like carry on with the gig and like carry on, but he just wouldn't stop doing it and was like full eye contact with me, like really horrible.
Yeah.
And then I had to like fully stop the gig and just be like, can someone get rid of this prick? Like, why am I doing my job with this guy stood here doing this at me? What the fuck's going on? And then I like told him to fuck off. I was like, just get out of here. Like, nobody's interested in this. And then he stands up and starts like bowing and like showing off to the rest of the audience. And then I think a bouncer grabbed him and took him off. But it was really gross, and it really shook me up.
That's fair. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I imagine that you're just like, what's happening? Takes a while to sort of process that it is the thing that you think is happening. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I can't believe that they let it go on for that long.
Well,
like, that's a failing of the venue.
I was thinking about that because I was like, why didn't they intervene a bit sooner? But then I was like, I think when you're performing, because you're in command of the room or whatever, I think there's a sense that like it needs my say so to get involved, because the bouncer came up to me afterwards. Oh no, that was a different gig. No, don't worry about that. Ignore that bit. Yeah, another gig the next day, like some guys were chatting, and I ignored it for a bit, and then I like got involved and dealt with it. And afterwards the bouncer came up and apologized for not cutting in sooner, but he didn't know what I wanted. And I feel like maybe at this gig, like, they're waiting, because my initial reaction was to like shut what he was doing down but try and make it funny. Like, I sort of corrected his technique. He was real pokey with his miming, and I was like, no. So I wonder if like there's a...
Oh, you were asking for it.
But here's the thing, Ron. I'm so glad I'm not, because I was doing my bit about hair on my tummy, you know, the like little line. And so immediately I was like, oh, it's because I've got my stomach out. And so that's... And then I was like, dude, you are 1 year off 40. When are you going to stop victim blaming yourself? Like, no. So I'm glad that I'm old enough to have come away with it with a bit of a sense of like, I just know that dude was fucking wrong and nothing I did like made that happen. But I'm not mad at the bouncers, because like I was thinking that there is a blurry space, I think, when a performance is going on about who's in charge of calling a thing off, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, because there's another reality where like that guy was doing that. You made a really funny joke out of it, got the biggest laugh of the night, and then he went back and sat with his friends really embarrassed because...
I think it's confusing.
I would say, though, if I would err on the side of get the lech out of the room.
Yeah, and, you know, once I'd asked him to go and he stood up and started like, that was almost the like most infuriating bit, the like fucking slimy controlling move down the aisle afterwards in a like I'm so proud of my behavior. Then I think I remember seeing the bouncer like grab him and like remove him, and then it was horrible because his date was like left on the front row and she just looked so sad, and I was like, are you okay?
Date?
But I'm hoping, like my hope is it was a first date or something and he showed his true colours by getting too drunk and being disgusting, and maybe I took one for the team and now she's out of that relationship, but like she seemed really sad, and then I really wanted to check on her, but there's no way to do that in a post-Holly Willoughby world, because if you're the person stood there with a microphone and you're going, are you okay? I hated the whole thing.
Sometimes if I have one too many pints, I'll wake up the next day and be a bit like, were you too loud? Or like, were you just talking over people? Or was anyone interested in what you were saying? Imagine waking up the next day and be like, "Did I really do air fingers at that performer for minutes?"
That professional comedian that was just there to try and cheer us all up on a Friday night pre a fascist march through our nation's capital. Did I do that? You did, creep. You did. But anyway, right. So it's a funny day today for us, isn't it, Ron? Because we're not performing in our usual picnic of times.
No.
That was the intro. Now we're going to play the school bell and we're going to do a lesson.
Well, we're doing all quiz today.
Yeah. That was a 15-minute intro, though. So, hey, we can cut this quiz short, mate.
Yeah. We will. Well, ring. We will have to cut it short somewhat because I think in this sort of, what would you call this? A stock take. That's a very business. Did that just say WEG on it?
It says Meg, but I was wondering which way's back to front for you.
That's normal for me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Right. This is not professional.
No, I had some offcuts of acetate and I wanted to write things on it like overhead projectors at school. Because that's like old school CEOs. If you were a CEO in the 90s,
name.
I think you'd write a lot on acetate.
I don't think CEOs were using OHPs that much.
No, what? Not even in the 80s before computers and projectors and stuff.
No, I think they had Belinda down in the typing pool. Like print out some like Don Draper is never like, here's your next big ad campaign.
Bending over an overhead projector. Do you think they had overhead projectors in America? They feel very British primary school.
I think overhead projectors just spontaneously like produce themselves in primary schools in the UK, village halls and churches.
Where are they all now? Do you think they're all somewhere in a warehouse? Can we do an episode? Can we do a detention on overhead projectors?
We can do. We could, when we start advertising this podcast again, we could do a detention short on that.
Okay.
Because I do not think it would take a lesson.
Ron, do you want to know what I really want to do an episode on that might not be a whole episode, but maybe we could do it. We could do things that only take 5 minutes to explain, and we could do like 6 things in an episode.
That could be fun. Yeah.
So I saw a seagull flying today, and it was either carrying something or its leg was hanging off and dangling underneath itself. And then I thought it must be a dangle leg because seagulls can't carry stuff because they got all webbies. And then I wanted to do an episode on like the evolution of webby birds versus clawy birds.
Okay, yeah, that would be easy. That's quite a recent thing.
Yeah, probs, isn't it? Because seagulls never go in trees because of their webbies.
I think a seagull could stand on a branch.
Like a thick branch, like a lamppost, but it's not like you don't see seagulls in trees.
No, you don't see seagulls in trees. That's for certain. But I don't think it's the web feet that's holding them back.
But some seabirds have grabby feet for grabbing fish, don't they?
You're thinking of ospreys.
Yeah.
But they're not seabirds.
Are they not?
No.
Why do I always see them near the sea?
You don't. You see them in like rivers and lakes.
Water.
When did you last see an osprey?
In a picture, grabbing a fish.
Yeah, out of a lake or river.
Right, okay.
I saw ospreys in Sweden earlier in this year.
Yeah. This year has been so weird, hasn't it? Like 4 months ago, I was in New Zealand. That feels like 9,000 years ago.
Yeah, I had a different job 6 months ago. Went to Sweden.
And like this time next month, you won't live in the UK anymore.
Yeah, and this time in like 2 weeks.
It's crazy. This year is soup for the brain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was sort of through in my first sentence of the lesson. So yeah, we'd call it a stock take.
It smells like guffs up here.
Laura?
Yeah. I think part of the podcast might be doing the worst shit ever downstairs.
She is screaming.
Oh, she is birthing a turd by the smells. Hang on. Oh my god, it is. It is. Fuck.
Yeah, let's maybe cut this bit out.
stinks.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Did she shit herself? Or...
I think he's in the toilet.
That's mad.
My God. Oh my God. Yeah. No, you've done enough damage. You've done enough damage, mate. Did you just do a poo? Stinks, doesn't it? Yeah, do you want to say hi to Uncle Ron? We will get to the lesson in a minute, Ron.
That's okay.
Oh, we've got international sea cucumber trade on the list too. We should do that episode soon.
This is quickly becoming our fuck around episode for the month.
No. It's going to be real.
It's...
It's Uncle Ron.
Hey kiddo, how's it going?
Did you just do the worst smelling poop I've ever smelled in my life?
Yes.
Good Lord, Baggins.
I can smell it from here.
Uncle Ron can smell it all the way in Bristol. Where did you go today?
What did you say?
Where did you go today?
I go to Drusilla's.
Drusilla's.
We love Drusilla's. Did you see the beavers?
Yeah.
Did you see the robot animals that sing that song?
No.
You saw the parrot that tells lots of jokes, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you make Daddy climb in all of the climby places? Then he gets stuck.
No.
Which animal
Oh.
bit you?
The lorikeet.
The lorikeet.
Oh, did you bite the lorikeet back?
No, because we don't bite, do we?
No.
No, we don't bite. Not even birds.
But that
Don't press that button,
Why?
because it will turn the microphone off.
Why?
It's for when your mum's shouting at you about the smell that you've made.
It's
sometimes
so powerful. It smells like shit through
Can I
this
do it?
whole house right now. It's
Can I have all the time?
No, because then I can't hear Uncle Ron.
But I want all the time.
But then I can't hear Uncle Ron.
But I
No, we share.
Can I have some of your water?
No.
Water.
I can't believe how much your butt smells. Right, is it bath time?
No.
What are you doing, babes? No, baby. Okay, we're back.
Did you say she shit in the shower?
Yeah, sometimes, in order to get them out, she squats in the shower. I will not be taking any further questions at this time.
You can get a deep squat in the shower.
Yeah, sometimes it's just safer than... Sometimes she'll squat, like, standing on the toilet, but, you know, she likes her privacy these days, so...
Fair.
Never shower at our house. It's disgusting. The things you do as a parent, hey?
Yeah.
It's good for your body, though, to poop in a squat position.
Yeah. I did a lot of squatting today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Big poops or at the gym?
At the gym.
Ah.
I did 48 squats.
Ah, body weight squats or add additionals?
80 kilograms.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm getting better at going to the gym. I've learnt, because I don't particularly... I'm not looking to get swole. I have absolutely no interest in that. Just trying to burn some calories and lose some weight in a way that feels sustainable to me. So I was often going, but like I'd have breakfast and then go to the gym over lunch and then eat afterwards. And by fuck, do you do a better job if you eat beforehand and you've actually got like some energy.
Yeah, and then you don't end up like eating into oblivion trying to like cope with the all over the place feeling.
Well, part of the reason why my weight yo-yos as much as it does is when I exercise, my appetite dies. So I've been going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, and I have absolutely no problem eating like 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day while I'm doing that. And then, as soon as I stop going to the gym, my appetite goes back up, and then I'm eating 3,000 calories a day and not exercising.
Yeah, I think exercise is an appetite suppressant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a little
But anyway,
donkey
as I
pen
was trying to
today.
say, sorry, what?
Look at my donkey pen.
Yeah, I've seen that. I used that when we played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Anyway, as I was trying to say, maybe 10 minutes ago now, maybe longer, when, as part of this stock take that we're doing of A-level, I've realised that I think chemistry is the one that we've really dropped the ball on. Because, like, I'm looking at the chemistry questions, and I just think there are very few that I think you could answer.
Yeah. How about this, Ron? We've not dropped the ball. We've dropped the Buckminster Fullerene.
Pretty good, pretty good. Was expecting a business metaphor.
Oh, no. Science.
Science, yeah. We're in the science portion of business stays in the intro, outro. Science in the middle.
Yeah. Although Bucky Fuller does sound like a character from Suits.
Does it? I've not seen a second of Suits.
Oh, you'd love Suits. I can't believe you. That should be yours and Judith's first program when you get to Brussels. Suits.
Well, as if we needed more of a sign from God that us moving in together is the right move. 1st of October, what's released? Next series of Love is Blind. Let's go.
Huge.
Laura, how much did you love it when that seemingly AI video of Trump was released? Did it not feel just like the heady days of Kate Middleton?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I so enjoyed it. Have been enjoying it. And it's been delicious. It wasn't quite as good as the Kate Middleton days, but yeah. In a bleak world of bleak news, I fucking love a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was way more fun with the royal family because they're relatively toothless and don't matter.
Yeah, and it went on for so long, and there were so many weird things to digest.
Yeah. Oh, man, I loved it.
Do you remember that farm shop where he just strode through with that woman that wasn't her?
Yeah.
And we were just supposed to go, yeah, that's the same lady.
All of those pictures of her in the backs of cars, and then, like, detectives found, like, the picture that they'd taken and, like, superimposed into the car window.
So good.
So good. One day, when it's been long enough, we can release that episode we did about it.
Did we not release it?
No, we didn't, because it was, like, in between recording it and releasing that, it came out that she did have cancer.
Oh, yeah. 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 I'm going to dig that out and listen to that to cheer myself up this evening.
Fun.
Chemistry.
Well, Laura, we've been recording for over half an hour.
No, we haven't. Under half an hour, 28 minutes, 47 seconds.
Plus all that poop chat that needs to be edited out. Okay, Laura. Question number 1. We're going to talk about inorganic chemistry for a second. Physical chemistry, right?
Okay.
In 1897, J.J. Thomson discovered the electron. He suggested that atoms were positively charged spheres with electrons embedded within them.
Plum pudding.
Plum pudding model. We know it well. We've studied it for a long time now.
But it's not real.
But it's not real.
Which is a shame, because it's the one model that stayed in.
Yep, because it's called the very funny plum pudding. I'm going to send you a picture of this plum pudding now, Laura. You need to tell me, well, describe it to the listener first, please.
Okay.
Then you need to tell me what atom you think that is, and then give me 2 differences between the plum pudding model and the modern model of an atom?
Modern model of an atom. Okay, so I've got a big circle labeled sphere of positive charge. We're kind of back to the Coceo chat now. We're renaming
That's
meeting
what we should
room
call our
1
board. Yeah, our
as-
board meetings
yeah,
are spheres of
sphere
positive
of
charge.
positive charge.
You're actually being a bit of an electron right now.
There are no bad ideas in there unless you're a woman. Then in the positive sphere of charge, there are 5 electrons. They are small grey balls, circles. This is a 2-dimensional thing, so I guess it can't be a ball. Suggest the identity of this atom. Only by knowing it's got 5 electrons. So if it's got 5 electrons, it's got 5 protons? Sure, let's say that. So, which atom has 5 protons? I don't want that. Boron? Ron?
Correct.
Yes. Okay. It could be boron. That's my suggestion for the identity of this atom. Boron, Melky or Jones. Give 2 differences between the modern model of an atom, and the Thomson model of an atom. Okay. The Thomson model of an atom describes the electrons as being...
You know when you first started singing the was a butter?
Yeah.
And then we talked about how... Did we talk about how we know that from The Simpsons?
Yeah, but I got the reference wrong.
Yeah, because I think I actually know that from There Was a Little Llama and a Llama on the Llama. Llama,
And I've
llama,
never
little
seen a
llama,
llama kiss a
duck.
llama kiss.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what I was singing. I think isn't model of a modern major general slightly different to that?
I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
The Discord will have to tell me.
Yeah. Discord, do your thing.
Go, Discord, go! Probably Mike in it. He's the music buddy of the Discord. Although everybody's so clever in there, it makes me really wonder why they listen to this.
To laugh at us.
Yeah. So, the Thomson model, who are you typing to?
Well, I'm meeting some people after this, and
Then meet them afterwards. When you're in the meeting, Ron, I need your whole brain.
Both parties have messaged me to say they're going to get there early. So I was just like, you guys sort that out with yourself. I'm busy.
Okay. I want you to edit out all that typing noise.
I won't. People must know my sins. Otherwise, I can't be cleansed of them.
You won't be cleansed. It's been 3.5 years. You will never be cleansed. Anyway, listen. The Thomson model has describes atoms as being held within a positive charge. I don't know how to describe it. But the Thomson model sort of describes the atoms as being like held in place by a positive charge surrounding them. Whereas the modern model shows electrons to be in shells around the outside
Ding.
of a nucleus.
1 mark, great.
The Thomson model appears to show a random placement of electrons. The modern model would show them as being in structured shells of specific numbers per shell, often paired.
I love it. There's no mark for that here.
Okay.
So I think consider yourself, you've talked about electrons enough.
Okay, so there's no atom drawn on Thomson's model, whereas the...
So that whole thing would be the atom.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, okay. In which case, the modern model, the atom would only consist of neutrons and protons, whereas
You're saying atom, you mean a different word.
nucleus.
Yes.
The modern model shows the nucleus to only consist of protons and neutrons, whereas the Thomson model illustrates the electrons being within the nucleus.
Sort, you're in the right direction.
Or the
in
Thomson model,
there
there
is no
aren't
nucleus.
protons. There are no protons.
No protons, yeah.
It's just a positively charged nucleus holding the electrons.
So actually, I think you would have got both marks for this part of the question from that. So I'll tell you what you need to say succinctly how it is in the mark scheme. But I think you'd have got all 3 for what you said there. So you get any 2 from protons in the center of the atom / nucleus. So that's good. Electrons are in shell / energy levels around the nucleus. That's in brackets, so you don't even need to say that bit. Neutrons are in the center of the atom / nucleus. And then the last one, so you've actually said all 3 of those things. Most of the atom is empty space / most of the mass is in the nucleus. Because that's one of the big differences between the plum pudding model and the modern model of an atom, is that sphere of positive charge, remember that's the pudding around the plums,
Yeah.
It's one dense ball.
Yeah. So most of the mass is in the nucleus in the modern model.
Yes. Like, I think it's like 99.999% of the mass is in the nucleus. Remember Rutherford shooting stuff at the gold foil, and most goes through, some bounces back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we have to say in the modern model we're not allowed to say how it actually is? Are we not allowed to be that certain that we've got it right yet? Do we have to just be like in the current thinking? In case we get a better microscope and suddenly go like, whoa, we've been wrong this whole time.
In a question like this where it's asking you to compare 2 models, I think so. But I think most of the time, because of the way the scientific method works, there's always the assumption that things could change. So I don't think you have to constantly qualify with unless we work it out a different way. I think there's just an assumption of this is as we understand it right now.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then the exception to that is questions like this where you're discussing scientific theory and changes over time.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Where are you going tonight?
Going to a pub quiz.
Oh, I love pub quizzes.
Yeah, so next time we speak, I'll have some more anagrams, movies, and maybe flags for you if it's the same rounds as before.
Are you going with Dad again?
No, I am going with Mum and Dad next week.
Oh, lovely.
But this week I'm just going with a couple of mates.
What day next week?
Tuesday.
Same day, probably. Oh, can me and Charlotte the podcast come?
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Maybe we'll try and get down in time for that.
Starts at 7:30, I believe.
Lush. All right, mate.
Anywho, tellurium has a relative atomic mass of 127.6. Iodine has a relative atomic mass of 126.9. Firstly, it wants you to define relative atomic mass. Then, it wants you to suggest one property of tellurium that justifies its position before iodine in the modern periodic table.
Woof. Relative atomic mass is the most... It is the average weight of an atom of this element.
No, it's not good enough.
Is it the average of the most common ions of this element?
Think about when we've talked about moles, and there's something that we always talk about that sounds almost kind of redundant. What's the definition of a mole?
12 grams of carbon-12.
Yeah, that was really good, Laura. Yes. So
I've had it tattooed on my underarm.
So I'll tell you because I don't. So basically, you're right, but you have to compare it to that because that's how we worked it out. If that makes sense. So it's the average mass of an atom compared to a twelfth of the mass of one carbon-12.
Fucking hate moles. Average mass of an atom
Divided by the 1/12 the mass of carbon-12.
divided by carbon-12.
1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon-12.
Okay.
That's very important.
Okay.
Do you understand that before we move on?
No,
Why
not
we're
really.
So it's just because that 1/12 the mass of carbon-12 is how we've worked out the ruler, the yardstick that we're then measuring all of the masses of these atoms against. So you can say like, oh, so obviously it is the average mass of that atom, but in what? You know? In what unit? Where has that come from? So that's why you have to give that extra bit of context.
So what was the correct answer to relative atomic mass is?
So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things that you could say to get that, to get this, and it's worth 2 marks getting this right because it is complicated. 2 out of the 3 for the whole question. So average mass of one atom of this element divided by 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon-12. I think that's the simplest.
Average mass of one atom divided by 1/12 the mass of a carbon-12.
Yes.
Okay. That is what relative atomic mass is.
Exactly.
Brain, you just need to know that.
Yeah, because if you think about, so the 1/12, so the reason why where does the 12 come in carbon-12? It comes from the 6 protons and 6 neutrons that are in a nucleus of carbon-12. So by dividing it, you're then just getting the mass of one of those, which is why then 127.6 is the weight of tellurium. Because it's, how many, on average, protons and neutrons there are in it. Yeah?
Wait, so a carbon-12 is a carbon with 12 protons in it, neutrons in it.
No, it's it's got 6 protons and 6 neutrons.
Okay. A
So carbon-13.
A carbon-12 has 6 protons and 6 neutrons. So a 12th the mass of a carbon-12 is the weight of 1 neutron, 1 proton.
1 neutron or 1 proton. 1 nucleon, we could say.
Yes, I see. Has 6 neutrons, 6 protons. So 1/12 equals 1 nucleon. So that is why we're doing this. So it's the average mass of the atom divided by 1/12 the mass of a carbon-12, because that's how we know how many nucleons are in it.
Exactly. And carbon-12 is just the Rosetta Stone that we've decided to, that's a bad analogy, that we've decided to measure all of these things against.
Yeah.
In the same way that like the metric system is all based around water, we've based this system all around carbon-12.
Okay. I'm not sure I'd ever taken in before that it was about finding like the pure weight of one item of a nucleus.
And that's why we're having this stock taking session.
This is
I'm
great,
glad you've
Ron.
had that. Yeah, I'm glad
We
you've
found
had that
the shoplifter.
eureka moment. Yes. We're hitting our KPIs. We're finding the efficiencies, and our SEO's never been better.
Yeah.
So that's the first half of the question. That's the definition of relative atomic mass. Now, why is tellurium before iodine in the modern periodic table? And I guess just while we're talking this through as science pals, why is that a question? Why are they asking that? Why would that be weird?
Well, I guess it's weird because they normally go up in number, don't they?
Yeah, they go up in mass typically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tellurium is 0.7 heavier, but yet is first.
However, how is the modern periodic table organized? Because we know it's not by mass.
It's by proton number.
Sick. Yes.
So tellurium potentially has...
You, if you were in this exam, you'd have a periodic table. So feel free to look at a periodic table.
I've lost my periodic table. What I need is a new periodic table that's not attached to the notebook I don't use anymore.
I feel like we should get you a poster.
Yeah. Okay. Tellurium. It's not one I'm familiar with, so it must be somewhere in the Badlands. Nope, that's tantalum.
We should know where iodine is. Iodine is in one of the groups that we've
Oh,
studied.
yeah, I found it. So tellurium. Oh, it has a lower proton number than iodine.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just scanning this.
So its atomic weight, though, is heavier. Presumably, then, does tellurium exist as an more commonly as an ion, then, like a heavier ion?
Why would that
No,
be?
it's not. Ions is the electrons, isn't it? Isotope?
Yeah,
Is it
exactly.
isotope that is the...
So, yeah, I mean, neither of these are round numbers. So you know there are some different isotopes kicking around, but it just means that that tellurium has more neutrons than iodine.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are basically dead weight.
Yeah. What are they even for?
Nobody knows.
I think that's where our souls are.
In the neutrons.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
Is it?
Well, I mean, you're positing it now. So, just the only feedback on that answer, and you might have said this. I was trying to double check a different part of your wording while you were saying it. The mark scheme is being very specific. So it's saying tellurium has a proton number of 15.2, but iodine has a proton number of 53. Or another possible answer was tellurium has one fewer proton than iodine / iodine has one more, and one is in bold, so you have to say that.
Okay. And I can call it proton number or atomic number?
No, it had to be proton number because the atomic number or the atomic mass would refer to the weight that is the wrong way round.
Oh,
So
on this periodic table, atomic number and atomic mass are the two different things.
Oh, sorry. Yep. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. To be honest, in here, it doesn't actually say either of these things. It says Z, which is the acronym for atomic number or proton number. And I'm trying. That's what I was like desperately trying to read to see if Z is fine. Like if you can have proton number instead of Z. But it's quite hard.
I was feeling skeptical of this periodic table because I'm pretty sure it's lanthanoids, not lathonoids.
What periodic?
I just googled periodic table and went to image search just to look at one, but it's available on Etsy for £2.65. Printable periodic chart table of elements.
Maybe let's not get the one with spelling errors.
Lanthaoids. Feels like there should be an N in there.
Lanthanides, yeah, is what they're called.
Not on this one, buddy. Ooh, 118 individual. Oh, that could be cute for my wall. 118 individual periodic table element square tiles.
That feels like a lot of admin.
Multicolor 3D printing with atomic number, mass, ionic charges, and border.
Oh.
These are great, Ron. I love them. Okay. How are we doing for time? We need to be heading into outro soon, Ron.
Oh, you've sent me an Etsy listing.
I wanted to show you these cool tiles I found.
Is it £10 per tile, though?
Whoa, it's a lot.
That's racking you up a lot for the whole periodic table, man. That's like $1,000. That's over $1,000. Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, I won't buy them all then.
They also look like they've been quite cheaply 3D printed.
Yeah, I mean, I think they expressly say they've been quite cheaply 3D printed.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But if you want me to own every single one of those, get on Patreon, subscribe to the podcast, and then we can buy them.
But one of the reviews here is saying my child loves showing off his croc charm to all his friends.
Oh, maybe you can get them printed as a croc charm.
Are these croc charms?
Croc charms. They're a whole... there is nothing for scale inside. Oh, no, that's next to a table and chairs. They're quite massive.
Yeah. Who are these people? They appear to... I think this is just like a school, just making a bit of extra cash on the side.
Good for them. Well done, the DT teacher.
I'd suggest maybe a science teacher.
Yeah,
Arrived on
mate.
time and child loved it. Why?
Oh, you can get a DNA molecule helix
Oh,
pencil
no.
holder.
Oh, I see. That's just reviews for this shop, not reviews for this item. That's mental. I want reviews for this item.
I find Etsy to be hard work. I use it sometimes by knitting patterns, and it's not always the most intuitive.
I've bought a couple of things on Etsy, but they're always really, like, things that I'm like, what? When I know on Etsy, I know that I'm buying something weird, you know?
Yeah.
So how are you spending your evening, Laura?
I think I'm putting in a shift at the pizza restaurant with younger sister of the podcast, Meg.
Nice. Since you and Judith played Plate Up at Tom's 40th, she's now dead keen for Plate Up, so we were plating up at the weekend.
It's so good, and I've had, like I say, a busy, stressful, quite horrible weekend, and this is my first night off in a while and my last night off in a while, so I'm going to go for a stressful fast food restaurant shift.
Zone out. Yeah.
I've got a lot of work I should do, but I need some off time.
We've just been hammering. We franchised a pizza restaurant, and now we're in tier 1 of it.
Yeah.
So,
My dream
not
is
pizza,
to get
sorry.
to 15
pasta.
franchises.
Pasta.
But the water goes in the bin.
Yeah, but then have you ever done lasagna?
Yes, it's a side dish in the pasta.
No.
No, it's an extra option. Yeah.
Yeah. Lasagna's intense, and it looks disgusting. You eat a quarter of a tray of the most beige, insipid lasagna.
Plate up, man.
Yeah, real good stuff.
That was a lovely episode, Ron. I feel like we probably didn't cover as much as you intended, but I think I understood it in that moment.
Yeah, I think it was good to sort of take it at that speed, you know?
Should we do chemistry again next week and finish off what you'd prepped and re-quiz this bit?
No. I think what we need to do is finish off this trilogy of random pop quizzes that we're doing.
The stock take.
And then I think we need to have a long, hard think about A-level and how we do it.
Yeah. I think maybe What we need is to grow the fuck up, Ron. And maybe our antagonistic approach to GCSE, it was cute and fun for GCSE, but maybe now we need to knuckle down and do some team building, because today we've not squabbled and it's gone in. We've worked as a team here against the A level.
Well, do you know what I think part of it is? I think it's, like you say, we're working together against the A level. We've got questions that I can coach you on answering. Whereas when I think, here's the big question. Do we start A level again? Because I think what we need to do is, rather than me setting quiz questions, which is obviously how we did it for all of GCSE, is I think we just have to do one of these on the topic at the end of every episode as a proper knowledge check.
Here's my question. If we started A level again, would we notice?
What do you mean?
Would I notice?
Maybe not. The listeners might know. So maybe listeners, sound off in the Discord if you think us starting again would be really dull. If you're not a patron, become a patron, join the Discord, and then you can sound off on social media. By God, we need some noise.
Well, I did get a clip out of this week's episode though, Ron, and I'm gonna post it at some point this week. But it is just it's so busy this week. And also I did alternative titles for this week too. I did get some promo ready. I just haven't had time to put it out yet.
That's better than we've been doing recently, and by we I mean especially no. Well done.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah.
Class dismissed.
No, you can't say it in the middle of typing. I want a clean break from the fucking typing that goes on constantly.
Sorry, I was younger sister of the podcast, and it does go on constantly.
In a little pitter-patter underneath this podcast.
I'm getting a call from Meg. I've got to go. Class dismissed.
Bye.